At the man in the mirror. Y'all do some mirror work. And talk to yourself. Dance with yourself. Move if you want it. If you want it. If you want to groove, groove. If you want it. If you want it. If you want to groove. You know, all the things. Oh. Okay. Let us get into this. August Astroteas. So, what is happening in August? Well, today, or not today, but on the 8th, we have our new moon in Leo. Of course, the new moon in Leo is going to highlight us being the sun in our own lives, you know, planning intentions as it relates to our gifts, our talents, taking pride in the way that we show up in the world and shine our light. So make sure that you tap in with that energy. Of course, I'm going to be doing a new moon intentional illumination event. It probably won't be on Sunday. I might do it Monday or Friday because I'm going to be out of town this weekend. But y'all look out for the announcement. It'll be coming soon. On the 11th, Mercury is moving to Virgo. While Mercury is in Virgo, we're going to be very precise about our word. Your word is always your wand, but under this influence specifically, your word is going to be used more as a tool of service than a sword, like it kind of is with Mars and Leo. So, I mean, with Mercury and Leo. So, that'll be a good change in pace. On the 15th, we have our first quarter moon in Scorpio. Of course, I'll talk about that once it comes. 18th, Jupiter is going into a semi-square with Chiron. This is going to be a time where we're really hungry for meaning, hungry for understanding. It's going to be very difficult for us to focus and align with one specific philosophy or ideal, simply because we are being pushed to explore ourselves, you know, and expand our horizons. So be sure not to fall into escapism and just fall into any and everything. You definitely want to stand for something, but be explorative nonetheless. Main thing you want to do is just make sure you keep your eyes open and don't blindly follow anything. Uranus is going into retrograde on the 19th. Once Uranus goes into retrograde, we are going to be more conservative about the action that we take. The way that we take action, we're going to be holding back from being as adventurous and impulsive as we may have been leading up to now. And on top of that, y'all know Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, and Chiron are still in retrograde. So this is just adding, and Neptune, this is just adding to that list, okay? Of course, I'm going to be posting a forum about this in greater detail, but I just wanted to give y'all a quick rundown. On the 22nd, the sun is moving to Virgo. Of course, I'll talk about Virgo season when we get there, so I'm not going to go that deep into it in this video. On the 22nd, we'll have our full moon in Aquarius again. This moon is going to be really finalizing any culminations that have happened since February. Anything that you have completed and put together as it relates to especially your wishes, your friendships, your organizations, your community really, and the ways in which you need to be objective and set boundaries and move ahead. Rash decision making is going to be a little rampant this month because we have a tendency towards escapism, because this is a month of shedding, of mourning, of sacrifice, of release, and we want to escape that weight sometimes, even though it is a test which is going to better us in the long run. So if you feel the escapism coming on, whether it's through food, whether it's through just having fun, or keeping yourself busy, whatever your mode of escapism is, just make sure that you keep yourself grounded. You know, we all need to escape for a moment or two, but just make sure you're not escaping at a detriment to yourself. On the 30th, Mercury is moving into Libra. Once Mercury moves into Libra, we're going to be a lot more peaceful, harmonious, and loving in our communication. So it's going to add a softness that the Mercury in Virgo does not bring. We also have our last quarter moon on the 30th. And then, yeah, that pretty much wraps up our month. Of course, as we go through the weeks, I'll be going into greater detail about these astrological placements. But I just thought I'd give y'all a quick run through of the key dates for the month. And of course, I'm going to be posting the forum. I'm almost done with it, so it should be posted by tomorrow. As far as numerology, I did make a post, but just in case you did not see the post and you would rather hear it from me on this video, we are in the 8th month. 8 is a number of intimacy, death, rebirth, transformation, success, redemption. Sex even sometimes can be indicated within the number 8. It's such a sign of infinity and divine femininity. That being said, we are in August of 2021. 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 8 is 13. 13 is also a number of transformation, of rebirth, of divine feminine transformation and resurrection. And so you're going to be feeling the need to mourn, to shed, to release. It may feel like a loss. You may feel a little chaotic. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle. You need to be mindful about where you're spending your funds, because the money will come and go really quickly. Yeah, I'll go into greater detail on that, of course, in the forum, but that's about it, y'all, in terms of astrology and numerology for the month. I did not pull oracles for the month yet, so those will be in the forum, but I am going to do this tarot scope for the month ahead for y'all, which includes the theme of the month. What will you accomplish? What should you avoid? What should you embrace? Obstacle of the month, where to find support, action to take, and then advice and encouragement. So I'm gonna pull cards for that really quickly. And then I will do some pick a numbers for y'all for the month ahead. I'm only going to do, I think, one oracle card for each number, 4 and 8. So 8, 17, and 44. Those are the numbers that you can pick from. And I already know which decks I'm gonna use. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Hey Danny, how are you? I just quickly ran through the astrology of the month, so you just missed that, and now I'm just doing a month ahead tarot spread. And I'll end this with some pick numbers. On Wednesday, I want to journal and talk about the spiritual impact of this pandemic and all this stuff that's been going on as of late. Hold on now, I know what's going on with my light. What you gonna do when you can't say no? And the feelings with the show are they need to know. Hey, you got it back. Hey, you got it handle that. Decompressing, yeah. Seems like today's been a long day. I don't know why lately I've been just drawn to use my animal, my Wild Unknown Tarot and my Animal Spirit. I don't even use these decks very often, but just been drawn to them. It's such an earthy energy. My mom and I was just talking about this whole pandemic. Man, it's crazy. And it's crazy how people are acting too. Like, it's a mess. But yeah, I think I want to talk about that on Wednesday. So when y'all come, make sure you bring a journal, because I'm going to prepare some journal prompts for us. We're going to do a meditation, and we're going to talk about this pandemic and the mental and spiritual effects and some things that you can do to help get through these retrogrades and prepare yourself for the outcome of these retrogrades, because they are bringing a lot of transformation, especially if you're in your late 20s or early 30s, and you might be going through a Saturn or Uranus return. Yeah, I think so too, for sure. Okay, only one. All right, I hear you. Let's give the Astroteas a roll too, just because, like, why not? Why not? Why not? I'll probably be so annoying how I always be making everything into a song for y'all. I don't know why I'm like this. Blame it on me being the only child and having to entertain myself, okay? That's the only excuse I can think of. All right, so we got Saturn in Pisces in the 12th house. So this is interesting because the 12th house is all about redemption, really, and karma. And Pisces is ruled by this very watery energy that can be associated with the 12th house, but Saturn is such an earthy, grounding, firm energy. So the message that I'm hearing with this is be more fluid in your traditions, in your rules, in the way that you view your routine. Stop trying to put everything in such a black and white perspective. Like, maybe instead of telling yourself, okay, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna do 20 minutes of strength training every morning, and I'm gonna brush my teeth at 8 o'clock every morning, and I'm gonna eat breakfast at 11. Like, maybe instead of doing that, you say, you know what, I'm gonna wake up and do something physical that's fun. Doesn't matter what it is, it's gonna be fun though, and I'm gonna enjoy it. And then I'm gonna dedicate the next hour to my spiritual self. So I might read, I might meditate, I might say a prayer, I might light a candle, but I'm leaving that up to what my spirit feels like doing, what I feel intuitively like I deserve. And I'm associating my routine with that. And I think that's a very powerful message to come through within this month, especially with what I just said about the numerology. Am I making sense to y'all? Hey, Bryn. I hope that makes sense. Tell me if that makes sense, because I can kind of go into it a little bit more if it doesn't, but that's the way that it came to me in my head, so that's how I said it. Y'all, it's wash day, so excuse my head. Y'all already know. Typically, if you see me in a head wrap, I'm either doing protection or it's wash day. Makes sense. Not only switch it up, but be intuitive. Yes, go with the flow. Go with the flow. Be intuitive, I think, is the main message. Okay. So now moving on from that, theme of the month, we have the Chariot come out. So forward movement from the heart, finding a new vehicle to move your emotions through so that your physical situation can improve. That's what the Chariot brings. The number 7 is associated with the Chariot. It's very much divine completion, divine assessment. What do you need to release so that your vehicle can go? What can you let go of to lighten up that load so that you're able to go ahead and move? You know, what is keeping you from your strength? That's going to be your theme of the month to find. Current self, temperance. Well, you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And sometimes that's a great place to be in because it's like maintaining the balance. You know, maintaining the balance between spiritual and physical, between ego and emotional, between intellect and intuition, you know, between the waters and the fires, between the earth and the air. You always have to maintain that balance, and that's what temperance is about. Temperance is indicated by the number 14. 14 is number 5 when you break it down. But let's just talk about 1 and 4. 1 being the seed, 4 being the foundation. Well, you need the seed in order to grow something, right? You got to plant some seeds, and you're going to have a steady foundation in order to build things on. Temperance is your bridge between the seed and the foundation. Are y'all following me? That is your current self. That's where you should be. Now, we also have this oyster card coming up with the current self. So I'm going to go ahead and read this to y'all quickly. But just let me know y'all following me so far. I know I'm talking kind of fast tonight. And it's not for any particular reason. It's just the messages are coming out to me fast. And I'm just talking fast. Okay. So it says patient, secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is, oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires in life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. When in balance, feels blessed, generous, and masterful. When out of balance, reluctant, gripping, and clams up. To bring to balance, share something and open your gifts up to the world. So that is like dead on, I know, for all of us. I know it is. I'm not even about to ask y'all if y'all feel me because I know that's dead on for all of us in terms of current self. Miss Danny just released her business. Miss Bren is about to get her migration. Everything is moving the way that it should be. And I'm over here just trying to grow this business and be seen out here in these streets so I can get this coin. So absolutely, that's pretty intense. Bree just finished school, you know, and she's like thriving in her career and just generally having a great summer. Like, yes. That's beautiful energy. That's like confirmation to say the Moon Child tribe is hidden. Okay, moving on. So that was theme of the month and current self. So what will you accomplish? For this, we have the 3 of Wands. Your mind, body, and spirit are going to be on one accord this month, regardless of what you have to sacrifice, what losses you have to take. You're going to make sure that your mind, body, and spirit are on one accord because it is from that place that you can build a steady foundation to be able to grow from. Okay? See that? What should you avoid? Should avoid the fool. So avoid doing things that you know you have no business doing. Avoid acting ignorant and distracted when you know better. If you know better, do better. And don't be curious just to be curious. Actually be intentional in your searching for knowledge. Listen, I can't manifest y'all no lovers. I said I was going to write about a book about this, but the best way to manifest a lover is to fall in love with yourself wholly and completely. And I'm telling you, your lover will come. Y'all are on the way. Maybe you're not there quite yet, but the love is on the way. It's just a matter of you surrendering to it. And it's not going to be perfect, and it's not always going to be easy. And you going to some shit that's going to make you be like, do I really want to stick around for this shit? Like, am I really about this life? And you're going to have to ask yourself, like, are you? Because relationships are jobs. And that's why no one has a successful relationship anymore, because nobody wants to go through anything. And then on top of that, it's ghetto, like, out in these dating streets. So I feel y'all, but at the same time, it's like, self-love is the best love. When you fall in love with yourself, you'll find somebody who is in love with you and the way that you love yourself, which makes them love you on a completely different level. I'm telling y'all, me and my fiance have been together for 6 years, but we have been friends for since 2008. I'm not a good mathematician, but what is that, 12 years? So, you know, back when we were friends, obviously we weren't dating. I mean, she was trying to date me, but I wasn't trying to date her because she was a hoe back then. We were all homies. It was 3 of us that used to hang together. And I was like, no, I'm good over here. Like, because I was crazy back then. I'll mind my business. And that's it. And then when it was time for us to date, we came together and, you know, we go through our issues, but we have to agree to do the work to get through it. And that's just it. Nobody wants to do the work. So when you're ready to do the work, then the love that you're looking for will find you. You won't even feel like you're searching for it. But I'm telling you, if you're in the middle of your own work, a lot of you are, the love is not going to be there, because what you really want and what you're putting yourself out there for are 2 completely different things. What you really want is a relationship and an intimate connection with somebody who you can build upon and build with. You know what I'm saying? But what you're putting yourself out there for is just like, let me see if I'm gonna connect with this person or not. Let me just see if I like this. Oh, I see this one red flag, but I'm gonna keep on going by it because I'm just fucking around. And you can't do that. Like, you have to seriously, like, when I started dating this woman, I knew, I was like, I'm tired of dating and being single, because I was single for like 4 or 5 years at that point. And I was like, I'm not trying to be fucking around or doing no like back and forth in and out. Like, I'm trying to snatch her up. Like, this is it. This is it. Like, that's it. I'm trying to be settled and good. So it was some times when my non-committal crazy ass was just like, you know, whew, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, but I had to figure it out, you know, and be able to work it out. I was like, I'm done. You know, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. My fucking around days are over and my nana not having it. Listen, I'm telling you, because it's fine if y'all want to fuck around. You know, I'm never gonna judge y'all, but I'm saying, like, y'all want to fuck around and then you want to say you want to take someone seriously. You cannot do both. I don't care what Instagram likes to portray to you about being like, you can't do both. You have to choose. I'm telling you, you have to choose. You cannot do both. Yes, you can have a partner that allows you to be free and grow and explore yourself, which I definitely do. I feel like I can do whatever I want, you know. Of course, I'm not out here sleeping with any other people or anything like that. Like, we don't have that type of relationship. But, you know, if we did, then fine. It is what it is. But I'm just saying, I don't feel like I have any constraints upon myself that don't allow me to be me. And that's how you should feel. You should feel liberated in love. So until you find somebody who makes you feel liberated in love, but at the same time they're willing to commit to you and do what they need to do to show you that they want to stick around and be in your life, don't take any of these fools seriously. Just either take the goodies and go, or just continue to mosey on down the road and don't pay them no mind. Y'all be wanting to take the wrong people seriously, and that be the problem. And I didn't mean to just fuss at y'all, but I'm just saying, y'all be saying y'all want these relationships and y'all don't be ready for these relationships. Okay, I'm done. You're right, because what happens is you attract people who are indecisive. Yes, exactly. Figure out what you want. That's what you got to do. If you're not clear about what you want, then why you think you're going to attract some bullshit? That's exactly what you're going to attract, some bullshit, because you don't know what you want. So they don't know what they want either. And now y'all just two don't know what y'all want ass motherfuckers fucking with each other. That sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? I know. Like, nobody has time for that. I don't know about y'all, and I'm not even that old. I'm only 29, but I feel like I'm too old for that. Like, no. No. So be clear with people when they try to pull you into these situationships and they be like, oh, I want to fuck on you. I want to see you at least 4 times out of the week. I want to take up your time, your energy. You know, I might spend a little money on you, but I don't want to claim you. I don't want anybody to know we talking to each other. Like, I don't want to be exclusive. No, if you know that that's not what you want, then just say no. Nope, cookie jar closed. Nope, I don't have no time for you. I don't have no energy for you. Nope, 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 no. Y'all, I could go on and on, but I'll tell you this, okay? This woman, how we started dating, it was 3 of us, like I said. We all met up in San Antonio. It was Halloween, and we went to Fright Fest. Went to Fright Fest. I don't know what was in the air, but something was just like, I like you and I want you. That's how I was feeling towards her, which normally is not how I felt. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna flirt. I'm gonna see how she responds to me, because she probably over me. She been trying to get with me and I have not been about it. But let's just see, let's just see what's gonna happen. So we're flirting. We go out through the night. We end up going on 6th Street after we went to Fright Fest. After we left 6th Street, because they came from Houston and I was already living down here, they had a hotel room with double beds. Typically, I would get in the bed with my friend Angelica, because we was just that type of friends. Like, we just sleep in the same bed. I decided to get in the bed with Deshauna. So I get in the bed with her. We're like making out. She's trying to get something. I'm like, nope. Nope. Because you're going back to Baton Rouge. You think you're about to get my goodies and then go back to Baton Rouge and then not talk to me like nothing ever happened? No, we're not doing that. So I ended up holding her all night. She goes back to Baton Rouge. I go back to San Marcos. Angelica goes back to Houston. Me and Deshauna never stopped talking after that. She drove 7 hours from Baton Rouge to San Marcos to see me. Still ain't get none, because we both got drunk, passed out, and then she had to leave the next morning. And then, like a month later, I drove to Baton Rouge to see her. And I was like, bruh, I hate driving. I done drove these 7 hours. I'm getting the goods. Like, I don't know. But that's just, it wasn't exactly like that. I'm just talking shit. But seriously, like, that was the order of events. You know what I'm saying? Because I already knew, like, if I would have given up the goods that night in the hotel room, she wouldn't have had anything to like look forward to talk to me for. She would have been like, finally, I got the goods. I'm good. But I had to make her wait. Like, no, ma'am. No. And now, look, 6 years later, and we're still going strong. We got rings and everything. Now, granted, like I said, it ain't perfect. Sometimes I be wanting to just shake her ass. And I'm sure she be wanting to shake my ass. But we here. We together. We love each other. We respect each other. And the love is there. Like, I feel like the affection every day. The intimacy is there, So I'm just telling y'all this to say, like, be intentional about what you're doing. I don't know about that Aries lip, girl, because the last Aries I had was, whew, I said I wouldn't do it no more after that one. And I don't know how this one ended up snatching me up, but y'all are little sour patches is what y'all are. Y'all are like, I don't know why I love y'all, but I love y'all. But y'all are sour patches. Y'all are like sweet and sour. That's what y'all are. Loving and loyal, yes. But y'all here you an order in which you have to do things. And it's not just about like comfort and passion. It's just not. Okay, now back to this reading. So we did what should you avoid, what should you embrace, the Six of Cups. So embrace the sweetness, you know, embrace the sweetness, give yourself some validation, some appreciation for the how far you've come emotionally. You know, you've had some sweet times, you may be reminiscing on the past, but embrace the sweetness of the present and embrace your growth, emotionally speaking. Also feel like this has to do with embracing emotional healing as well. So you can add that to your list of things to embrace. Obstacle of the month, death. So I done told y'all about 8 and death and sacrifice and loss. It is going to feel like a lot of loss, a lot of mourning. It is going to feel a lot like death with this energy coming out. Death coming out itself, but also this just being the 8th month. And then 8/2021 giving 13. It's very transformative, divine feminine energy that comes with death and rebirth. So obstacle of the month is going to be taking losses, making sacrifices. It's going to be that energy of death. Where to find support. You're going to find support in your patience. You're going to find support in your new ideas, in your new perceptions. Okay? And find support in resolution. And this is definitely emotional with this Cancer. Man, I was just telling them. She can't hear me. She got on headphones. But she be mad every time I tell this story because she can't believe how it happened like that. But it had to happen like that. Okay, obstacle of the month. Where to find support. Did I just do where to find support? Yes. Action to take this month. The sun. Let your light shine. It's Leo season, baby. Let your light shine. Let your light shine and lean on your ancestors. I cannot stress that enough. Okay? Lean on your ancestors. In your bloodline. You don't know your bloodline, figure it out. Do some research. Tap in. Say some prayers. Light some candles. There's things you can do to tap into your bloodline. If you really don't know what to do, then message me. But you should be tapping into your bloodline. Also, action to take this month. We have the Queen of Pentacles coming through. Queen of Pentacles is very much holding on to your resources, ordering your finances in a way that they're able to grow and expand, doing what you know you need to do with your time and your energy such that you don't feel like you're at a deficit and you feel sufficient enough to continue to move forward peacefully, really, you know, but with strength and grace as well. Advice and encouragement. Luck is on your side. We also have the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which is always a great energy of abundance and fulfillment. And then vanity. So believe in yourself. This is Leo season. Let your light shine. And goes right back to that. This vanity card is with the number 7. You know, divine assessment, completion, and release. So that's our month ahead reading. I'm gonna read a star seed for y'all, of course, per usual, to end this, but then I'll do our pick of numbers. I said 8, 17, and 44, right? So drop your numbers in the comments. 8, 17, and 44 are the choices. And Bryn, you weren't here, but I did say on Wednesday, we're going to talk about the pandemic and the spiritual and mental effect that it's had, as well as these retrogrades and how that's affecting us spiritually and mentally We're going to be doing journaling and meditation on Wednesday with our talk, so make sure you bring a journal with you. And y'all, please try to be here for the live if you can. I'll probably go live at 8 or 9. All right, we've got the Star Keeper card come out for the month, so let's see. You're an ancient keeper of the stars, here to anchor and seed your light in your unique way. You've likely been incarnating on Earth for some time, dedicated to an era of awakening and bringing about a long-awaited shift in the planet's evolution. We're at a tipping point now. The survival of Earth and all its species is coming to a head. The more grounded you remain during this transitional period, the more helpful you'll be. The more you tend to the flames of your own heart, the more love you'll anchor onto this planet. The wisdom of the stars is imprinted in your soul. The more soul fragments you call home, the more this wisdom is seated here. You may be called to be in different places in the world to anchor this light, perhaps by taking a trip or living in a certain location. You may also find yourself experiencing awakening symptoms. The more grounded you remain, the more stable Earth's energy will become, and the less reactive humanity will be. You're here for a double mission, to grow as an individual and as part of a larger collective that's bringing about a shift in frequency. Trust that you can be in the world but not of it, and lead a truly glorious life. And the starseed activation is, I acknowledge that I'm a star keeper. I choose to anchor my light and stay as grounded as possible. Y'all, I don't know where these damn gnats are coming from. All right, so let's start out with number 8, and then we'll do 17, and then 44. I think I want to use these 3 decks. So 8 is going to be from the Wild Unknown. Animal Oracle. Let's see what's going to come out. The Deer. This has to do with staying grounded, being graceful in your movement. But I like to read these. These are really good, and others just, they're okay. But this book and my Starseed book are my book is pretty good too. The only thing I don't like about this book is it does not have a page of contents, so you literally have to like dig for the cards. All right, it says the deer represents the feminine aspects of Earth's energy. This energy is available to all creatures regardless of gender, but is especially potent in new parents. During the first few days, they are fully present, nurturing, and calm. Their inner beauty radiates, and a sense of grace calms the room. A deer personality affects others in this way, drawing them towards a quiet tenderness. The deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near, or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. When in balance, receptive, compassionate, and nurturing. When out of balance, concerned, protective. To bring to balance nature, children, and inner child healing. So, what is this telling me? Well, if you are number 8 when you got the deer, you need to be more intuitive. You need to be graceful and moving on your intuition. And you also need to understand the power in your gentle nature. Just because you may not be as aggressive or as loud or show up as bright and flashy as someone else, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not making as that you're not as impactful, that you're not as valid even. Also feel like this is saying be mindful that your attention to detail and your patience is leading you in the right direction, even though it may be taking you a longer route. Does that make sense? All right, let's do 1738. And I'm like, hey, what's up, fellow? All right, got the anchor 35 for 17. I'm just gonna read these. That's how I'm doing these pick a numbers tonight. I'm just gonna read the message. So this is the card. After traveling your journey and dropping your anchor, you have reached the goal of stability. The anchor card can represent persistence that has brought on long-lasting and faithful results. If there had been a storm, you weathered it. And if there's one brewing, you're prepared for it. For it is here that you are positively settled, safe, and secure. If it's in love, you may be in a committed and stable relationship. Parties within the union are faithful, but be careful not to start feeling tied down. If it's in career, you may now be beginning or have been on a new job or project that will be long-lasting. This represents long-term stability and successful ventures. In health, stable condition, hips and pelvic bone issues are highlighted. And also, let's talk about the number 35. So 3 is the form of the tree. 5 is the number of personal transformation, chaos, and conflict. 5 plus 3 is what? 8. And what did I just tell y'all about 8 in August? Hello, it's not a coincidence. So there we go. Let's see. 44. Wow, I told my mom I was an anchor today. Yep, Ashe. I guess we'll do Starseed for... Don't want to do a Starseed. I kind of want to use a different deck. Huh. Let's do a Lightseer. Let's do a Lightseer for 44, a Lightseer tarot card. I'm just trying to be different, y'all. I always read y'all Starseeds, so just want to read from a different deck for once. Since I'm reading these messages, you know. What time y'all want me to go live on Wednesday? 8 or 9? All right, Justice. Now, I would just tell y'all my interpretation of this Justice card, but I feel like that wouldn't be unfair since I've been reading these. So let's go ahead and read it. It says, Lights here, natural law, balance, karma, truth, wisdom, legal matters, fairness, cause and effect, integrity, objectivity, perspective, accountability. Shadow seer, consequences, retribution, karma, injustice, and inequity. Injustice and inequity, dishonest, imbalance, a need to take responsibility for your past. Justice asks you to learn from your past experiences, the good, the bad, and the fugly. Take it all and grow from it. This energy is not about perfection, but about fairness and honesty. It highlights clarity of motivation and intention, and it asks you to be realistic about the cause and effects of your thoughts and actions. Seek to balance your growth with both positivity and shadow, and learn from the many different parts of you. In your current situation, be impartial as you reframe your reality and work to remove any negative emotional charge from the equation. If fear is causing you to act in a way that you aren't proud of, seek a variety of perspectives before judging the only true path ahead of you is not one that is necessarily black or white, but it is always one of love. My good karma is delightfully loving, and it can be the most motivating of teachers. That's the affirmation. So in some decks, justice is the 8. In some decks, it's 11. It just depends on the deck. But I think it's very interesting that almost all the cards that came out kind of point back to that energy of 8. I hope this was helpful for y'all. I don't know where Danny went, if she left us. Do you have a preference, Danny, about tomorrow's live time before I end this? Going once, going twice, sold to the highest bidder. Brand says 8, so I'll give you some time to message me and let me know. By the way, I never did send your package on Saturday because I ended up getting another order and I just wanted to ship them together. So I'll be shipping your package tomorrow when I go to the post office, and then I'll be sending tracking. But yeah, I'll see y'all on Wednesday, I guess at 8, unless anything changes. Of course, I'll let y'all know and send the link. Make sure you bring your journal and make sure you have a quiet place to meditate, and try to be here on time, please, when I do the live, so that way I can just start and jump into it, because I'm gonna write out journal prompts for us. I'm going to either pick from the meditations that I've already created or create a new meditation for us, and then we have a slew of things that I need to talk about, and I would love for y'all to be live participants here. So yeah, y'all have a good night, and I will catch y'all on Wednesday.